Hello, this is Kenji here again. Good to see you all. Thanks for coming to my channel again to watch my another video. I really appreciate it. So I'm going to take a little turn here, and in this video I'm actually not going to talk about my cancer journey. I'm actually going to talk about my first girlfriend I had back in high school. So I don't think I actually ever talked about any of my girlfriend on this channel, right? All my videos I usually just talked about whenever it involved a girl, right? It was usually a failure story or like a rejection story. Right, but yeah, in this video I'm actually going to talk about my first girlfriend. Oh yeah, by the way, I just wanted to express my thank you again for those of you who left very kind comments in my last few videos when I was talking about my cancer journey, and also for those of you who actually supported me on my GoFundMe page. I really appreciate your support. It really helps me a lot. All right, so let's talk about my first girlfriend I had. Okay, so when I was a senior in high school, that's when, I think it was second or third quarter or fourth quarter of senior year, right? And somehow, this friend I knew, she was going to a different school, and she wanted to introduce me to one of her friends that was single, right? And she was asking me like if I would be interested in, getting introduced to her friend. And I was like, okay, sure, why not, right? I've never had a girlfriend before, and I've never had like a fling or anything, like anything like with a female, right? So I've always wanted to have a girlfriend, just that like it just never happened. But she just offered she offered like that, so there's no reason for me to turn down, right? And also I didn't even ask, but she actually sent me the photo of her friend too. And I looked at the photo, I'm like, wow, she's actually really cute. She's exactly my ideal type, right? So my ideal type is like someone that is cute, right? But like, I think in Asian culture, we sometimes we compare like people's faces to animals. I know it might sound weird for those people that grew up in Western culture. Probably it's not common, but in Western culture, but it's in Asian culture, it's really, really common to describe someone's face, what they look like. We sometimes use like animal's face, right? And for me, I think my ideal type is someone who looks like either like a rabbit or squirrel or a puppy, right? So those like cute types, as opposed to like those girls that look like cat face. So cat face is someone like that has very sharp chin, right? And that has that like very chic look, right? That may be seen as like very, I guess, sexy, I don't know. But I don't think I'm really into those type of girls, but I'm more like into type of girls that look like a puppy, right? Like with a round face, maybe with some like baby fat on their face there still, right? Anyways, yeah, my friend's friend that she was trying to introduce me to, looked like a puppy, right? She had like these like baby face on her face, and I thought she was pretty cute. And I think she was 3 years younger than me, right? So quite actually younger. I think I was like 17 at the time, and then I think she was actually 15. Yeah. And I was about to turn 18 probably. But anyways, so she's pretty much set up a date and a place to meet together as a group, right? And we actually ended up going to a karaoke bar, right? Not bar, karaoke, this Korean karaoke, and yeah, we just like, I guess, met up there, and we introduced each other and I said hi, right? Obviously, I'm a very shy person, so I think I was actually a lot more shy back then, right? So I'm pretty sure I was pretty awkward also, right? I mean, I'm still awkward, and can you even imagine like how awkward I might have been when I was much younger, right? Anyways, I was probably very awkward, and I said hi, and we just made a small talk. I don't even remember like what we even talked about, but basically I think we talked about like, oh, what grade are you in? My name is Kenji. What's your name? I've heard a lot about you through my friend. And I was thinking, oh, like she looked exactly like the photo, right? She in person, I thought she was still very cute. And immediately I felt like I could feel that feeling, right? Like when you fall in love with someone by first sight. So yeah, I could feel that like little tension and that little tingly feeling in your heart, right? On your chest, like that butterfly feeling. I don't know how to describe it. Like when you like someone, right? Anyways, like immediately, I think I pretty much was really into her, and I felt nervous. I definitely like throughout the whole time we were there, and it was also, I think it was awkward because how we actually ended up meeting at a karaoke, because I don't know, like you can barely talk, right? And we're just like, I'm just singing like right in front of like strangers, and I barely just met her, and I'm just trying to sing right in front of her. I don't know. I thought it was a little embarrassing and awkward, right? Anyways, we we sang a few songs, and then what did we do? Yeah, actually and then after that we said bye and we went our ways, right? And obviously I wanted to hang out more with her, but I guess she had like another like more, or she was supposed to meet up with her friends after that, so she couldn't hang out with me more. And after that, like my friend was like texting me asking like, oh, like what do you think, right? Like, do you think like she's cute? Are you interested in her still, right? I was like, dude, like she's really cute. Like I'm definitely interested in her. Like, do you think like I could actually like meet up with her like again? And she was like, oh, like let me ask, what she thinks, right? By the way, this is my cancer fighting tea. This is what I put in. Yeah, I put in ginger and turmeric. So yeah, I think turmeric especially is supposed to be really, really good to fight cancer. Supposedly, I'm starting chemo in the next 2 weeks, so I'm just getting myself ready. But anyways, back to the story. So my friend asks the girl, if like what she thought of me, right? And let's call the girl Phoebe, okay? So Phoebe was like telling my friend that she's actually, she thought I was cute too, right? Which was actually quite unbelievable, because I think I always think very lowly of myself, especially my physical appearance, right? I think I talked about this in my other video, and I yeah, I don't really feel like I'm like physically attractive at all, right? Most of the time. And um yeah, like when anyone like tells me they think I'm cute, it's very like hard for me to believe that, right? So like I usually just think that, oh, like they're just like trying to, I guess, make me feel good. They're just trying to compliment me just to compliment me, right? Anyways, so Phoebe told my friend that I she thinks I'm cute, right? And I was like, oh, and my friend told me that, and I was like, oh shoot, that's really good news, right? 'Cause that's a good sign, right? So my friend was like, yeah, like we should set up like another meeting for you guys. But actually, I think I will give you her contact. I'll give you her number. I already asked. Like, what a great friend she is, right? And she was like, I already asked, but she said like I could give her number to you. So why don't you guys just like meet up one-on-one or something, right? I don't have to be there again. Like, it seems like both of you are interested in each other, right? So I was like, yeah, that's even better, right? So so I got her number, and then we text, and also like I got her online like messenger thing. Back then, like MSN. I don't know if you guys are any of you are familiar with it, but back then like AOL Messenger and was big, right? But also among Asians AOL was MSN, okay, MSN Messenger. But anyways, we exchanged our MSN Messenger IDs, and we talked on MSN Messengers for like hours, almost every day for like 2 weeks. And yeah, we like, I think I guess it was very clear that she was interested in me, right, when we were talking. But still, I think like my lack of self-esteem and just, I guess, lack of experience really was, I don't know, tricking my brain into thinking that like, oh, like I'm still not sure if she's interested in me, right? But anyways, so we set up another date, and back then I did not have a car, so I actually had to ask my older friend that was already in college if he could actually give me a ride, right? And he was like, oh, like why don't we hang out together? Because actually his girlfriend at the time happened to be the friend of Phoebe, right? I was like, okay, sure, like we could actually do a double date or something, right? So we ended up going to this Korean restaurant, and we just like ate, and she didn't really talk much though. Like I had to do a lot of like most of the talking. It's funny though, because I consider myself pretty shy person, like I said earlier, but she was definitely very shy and probably very introverted too. So like throughout the whole dinner, she rarely asked any question about me, right? And I was the one that was actually asking a lot of questions about her, and she was just merely responding to the questions, responded to the questions I was asking her. And then after we had dinner, we went to this, we went to go play pool, and again we parted our ways, right? And then my friend, who already had like older friend, right? He was a lot more experienced than I was. Like my experience was non-existent, but he already has had few girlfriends in the past, right? So I was asking him like for advice, like what do you think, right? Because I was telling him, like, did you feel that vibe? Like, did you notice how I was the one asking her questions like most of the time, and she was barely just starting a conversation or barely asking me like any questions. So I felt like I might have made a mistake. I don't know. Maybe like, did I do something to kind of, I guess, um, kind of like that might have made her dislike me? Because when we were, uh, when we were talking on MSN Messenger, she was very talkative and she would ask me questions, but somehow in person, she did not ask me any questions, right? Which made me really wonder if it was because she was shy or she was introverted, or actually she just got disinterested in me. I couldn't tell. And he was telling me how, oh, like it's probably is because she's shy, right? I mean, if she's not interested, why would she even bother to come out to hang out with you, right? And like she still went to share dinner with us, and she went to play pool with us, right? So like, if you're still unsure, like why don't you ask her for another date, right? So I did, right? And next time I asked her like if she would want to go to this like hill where there's like nice night view, right? And she said yes. So I'm thinking to myself, oh, maybe I'm overthinking this, right? She might be still interested in me. So I asked my friend actually if he could, because I did not have a car at the time, so I could like ask my friend if he could actually give me a ride and also give her a ride, pick her up, and probably do another double date and go to that place. So yeah, we ended up meeting up again, and my friend was actually egging me on to confess to her, because he was saying how like you should not delay like confessing to her. You should like, it seems very clear that she's interested in you, and she's probably waiting for you to tell her, like ask her out, right? And I was like, I'm not so sure though. Like we just barely met. Like how can I, like I've only known her for like a month. How can I ask her out? Isn't that like such a short period of time before someone asks like a girl, like before a guy asks a girl out, right? And he was telling me, no, it's not even that short. Like it's very clear that she's interested in you, and before it's too late, you should just make her your girlfriend, right? So I was like, oh my god, like okay, I guess. So yeah, like when we met up the next time and went to the hill where there's nice night view, it was nighttime. It was like 9 or 10 at night, and yeah, we were like walking. There's like a little lighthouse thing, but we were like, what? I actually don't remember. But anyways, we were like walking, right? And then my friend and his girlfriend, they like go somewhere else, and then me and just Phoebe, we're just walking around the hill, right? And I was just waiting for that moment to tell her I like her, but like I noticed, I still remember clearly, my starts like beating crazy, right? Like crazy. And I think I was being very indecisive, right? Because I was very, very nervous. It was so nerve-wracking for me to like tell her I like her, right? Because I don't think I've ever really confessed to a girl before, right? At least like in that way, in that sense, like straight up, like after we go on a few dates, and then I don't know, it was like almost like what you would see on a movie. I don't know, but so we were walking still, and my heart starts beating like crazy, and I'm starting to think to myself like, oh, should I do this? Should I not? Like, what if she says no? It's gonna be so embarrassing if she says no. But if she says yes, it's gonna be really, really nice. But I don't know if she's gonna say yes because like she's not smiling right now. I don't know what she's thinking. I don't know if she's still interested. All kinds of like different thoughts like pop up in my head, and just I guess it was so overwhelming, but obviously I was overthinking, right? But anyways, like after we walked for 10 or 15 minutes, I finally like muster up the courage to pull the trigger, right? And I tell her, oh, hey Phoebe, like there was like a little bench, right? So I was like, hey Phoebe, like I actually have something to tell you, like, but can we just go sit over there for a minute, right? And she was like, okay. And then I was like, oh, so we sat down on the bench, and there was like no one nearby, right? So, which I think was good, because if I get rejected, I think that would have been more embarrassing if there was people around, right? But anyways, we sat down, and then I was like, hey Phoebe, I'm like nervous, right? My voice just starts cracking it. It's like probably shaky voice too, and then like I can feel my hands are like tingling and like a little shaky too, and my heart is still beating very, very fast and like pounding like crazy. But anyways, like I was like, Phoebe, so I actually wanted to tell you that I actually like you, and I was wondering if you could be my girlfriend, right? And even now, like just saying it, replaying what happened back then, like I feel, I guess, a little bit cringy, but at the same time I feel nervous. But back then I definitely was stuttering more than I am doing now, right? And then she doesn't say anything, right? I'm like, oh my gosh, she's gonna say no. And then she like nods her head, right, like this. So I was like, okay, like I was asking her, so Phoebe, like, is that a yes? And then she nods her head again, right? And I could not believe it, right? She just nodded, but I still had to like, I don't know, confirm for sure that she said yes. So I was like, so that's a yes, right? And then she says yes. She said yes, right? I was like, oh my God, like, this is crazy that she said yes. Like, how could she say yes? Like, it was so unbelievable at the time, because, I mean, how could someone like me back? Because, I mean, I was so used to like getting rejected, right? That I always had this belief in my head that like no one is attracted to me. No one will ever really want to be my girlfriend, right? So it was hard for me to believe that she said yes. So I was so happy, but I was also very relieving, right, to hear. But I was still shaking, and like tingling feelings on my hands were still there, right? So I was like, oh my God, yes, right? So I was very ecstatic and very elated. Still nervous, right? Still kind of in disbelief, but like I would, to perfectly describe that emotion, I think it was just all mixed emotions, right? Excitement, happiness, nervousness, disbelief, right? But anyway, so after she says yes, we get up and starts walking back, right? And and then you know what I did? So like I said, this was my first girlfriend, right? Phoebe was my first girlfriend, and I asked her as you were walking back, right? I asked her if I could hold her hands. I asked for permission. That's, thinking back, I think that's definitely so cringy, but hey, like, I was inexperienced. I didn't know what to do, and I didn't want to, I don't know, I wanted to ask, like, if it would be okay, right? Well, what if she's not okay with it, right? But I think it's a little bit, I don't know, it's a little bit weird. I think it should, like, come more naturally, like, right? Like, you feel the vibe, and then it's just naturally your hands, what is it? Your both hands collapse, right? You guys just naturally hold hands, no? But anyways, yeah, as you say, yeah, so we hold hands, and then I start to get even more nervous as I was holding her hands, because that was my very first time ever held a girl's hands romantically, right? And her hands felt really, really soft, and I was thinking to myself, oh my gosh, like, how could, like, something, okay, no weird way, but like, I really thought, like, how could something feel so soft, right? It felt really nice and soft, and it felt really good, and I could feel the warmth of her hands, and it felt really nice, right? So yeah, that's how my first girlfriend happened. And I was actually going to talk about our relationship, what happened in that relationship, but this video is already 27 minutes in, so I think I'll spare the rest of the story for my next video. All right, okay, again, if you have watched my video up to this point, I really appreciate it. I feel like those people who watch my video in its entirety are probably, I don't know, truly interested in, like, hearing all the story, right? But yeah, again, I really appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, take care, bye.